So writing a webinar and creating a webinar used to take me days, weeks, sometimes months to put together. It was extremely exhausting, frustrating. If you've ever tried to put one together, you know what I mean. So I've created an AI tool, I call her Webby, that will literally write a high converting, customizable presentation script for you in about 30 minutes or less. And in this video, I want to walk you through one, how Webby can do that, and two, the key elements you want to make sure you have in place so that your webinar crushes during your next presentation. All right, here we are inside of Webby. We're going to create a webinar together. Now, Webby does need a little bit about you, your name, what problem you solve, what your ideal clients are. If you want to drop a link in here to a sales page or website, Webby can read that and actually incorporate that into your outputs. Now, don't get intimidated by this. If you're a little older, 40 plus, like me, all you need to do is answer questions and talk to Webby like you would talk to anything else, like a chat GPT, but Webby is trained on my frameworks. It is trained specifically on creating sales presentations. So let's just give an example here. Let's just say you're a child psychologist. Your name is Marie Smith. You help busy moms with kids that are misbehaving and yelling. You help them improve their behavior, and you have, let's say, a 90-day coaching program. Okay, so let's just add that into Webby. So we need to give Webby a little bit about yourself. And what it's going to do is quickly summarize. Here's your name, who your ideal client is, and then it'll ask you if that's correct. And all you need to do is just say yes. Now, the first thing we're going to want to come up with is a topic, a headline hook for your webinar. The topic that you do your presentation on and the headline you use to describe that topic is massively important for people to sign up and attend your presentation. And I've trained Webby on my headline topic frameworks to make sure you get a good one. So let's see what we got here for Marie. How to get your child to listen without yelling, begging, or bribing. Even if you tried everything, that's pretty good. Stop the yelling, the 3-step mom method to calm cooperative kids. No more power struggles. I like that one too. Let's go ahead and go with number 2 here. Now, I could always reprompt Webby and tell it to change things or combine things, but let's just say we like number 2 here. So we got a good hook. Then what Webby is going to do is create what I call benefit bullets. Now, these bullet points are the agenda items for the presentation or the material that you'll use to promote the webinar that might be on your emails and those kind of things. So discover exactly what to say and do in the heat of the moment to stop your child's yelling without losing your cool. Get a simple 3-step method to turn power struggles into peaceful cooperation. These are really, really good, and they open up some intrigue while getting people to want to find out what those things are. You want those to be a little bit of curiosity, a little bit of speak to a direct benefit. Then Webby's going to actually write our presentation. It's going to start with doing what I call an intrigue open. So you want the first few slides of your presentation to open loops. So we welcome everybody. I'll just read this to you. Hi, I'm Marie. This is our child psychologist. Hi, I'm Marie. Welcome today. You made it to Stop the Yelling, the 3-step mom method to calm cooperative kids. No more power struggles, I promise. If you're here today, you know you're a mom who cares deeply and is probably running on caffeine and hope. I see you. I feel you. First up, we're going to talk about what's really going on when your child is yelling and why it feels like nothing you say gets through. Then we'll show you the number 1 mistake most of us make. Yep, I did too. That actually makes the yelling worse and how to flip it for an instant calm. Next, I'll walk you through my simple 3-step method to turn wild yelling moments into actual cooperation without threats, bribes, or losing your mind. And stick around to the end because I have a special offer for you, something that could change the way you handle these moments for good. That is really, really good. Now, what did that do there? It just opened up the intrigue, right? And we leveraged some of those benefit bullets here in the early part of our presentation. Okay, again, and then it's just going to ask you, how do you feel about that? Do you want more? Do you want to adjust anything, or do you want to move on? And I'll just say, yes, let's move on. And then what we're going to do is it's going to build the next few slides for you. Okay, it's going to write those next few slides for you. All you need to do is copy and paste this into a framework that I give you or a separate document. So the next thing we do after we do the intrigue open is we want to frame the opportunity. We want to talk about, you want to write these down, the desires, difficulties, and discoveries. Okay, so we want to talk about the desires these busy moms have, the difficulties they're going through in getting there, and then again, seed a discovery in your presentation, which is your method for solving that problem. Excuse me. So, it's going to talk about their desires. Imagine mornings where you don't have to repeat yourself 100 times to get their shoes on. What would it feel like to actually connect with your child, not just survive another meltdown? Those are really good. And then we pivot to the difficulties. But the issue is when your child starts yelling, it's like your brain short circuits. That's really good. You try reason, you try to be patient, nothing seems to work. And the guilt starts to hit. So these are really, really good, kind of like hitting the pain point for the mom. We want to talk about that. Maybe you've tried reading blogs or parenting tips or timeouts. Like we talk about all the things that they maybe have tried before. But what I've discovered is it's not about being a perfect mom or having a perfectly behaved kid. It's about having the right tools to address the situation in the moment. And that's what I'm excited to share with you today. So I'm summarizing what this is saying. That's really good. At this point, people are intrigued, they're interested, you've hit their pain points, talked about where they'd like to go, and again, seeded some context, seeded a discovery, which is what we want to position your program as, okay? So let's just continue on. Now, Webby's going to help us create what I call a discovery story. So after we kind of frame the situation, we want to share a short 3-minute story that kind of gets people to, again, further understand why they should listen to you and why you're the person to help them. And so Webby's going to ask you a little bit. It's going to ask you, hey, what were you doing before you started sharing this method? Was there a moment where you discovered it yourself and gave you that aha moment? And then what did you do afterwards? Did you share it with other people? So I'm going to go ahead and just use an example prompt here from Marie, who's that child psychologist. And again, this is not really a prompt. It's more just answering the questions. So if you know how to type and answer questions, you can use Webby. Okay, so don't be intimidated by this if you're not a tech person. So what I did was just give Webby a little bit of background about Marie. And then Webby will literally write out, let's just say, I'd been a child psychologist for a couple decades, working with hundreds of parents. That seeds the authority. But when I came a mom myself, I struggled like everybody else. I remember when my daughter was in the middle of a meltdown because she couldn't go to the park. Then I tried everything that usually happened, but nothing worked. Then I tried something new that completely stopped the yelling on the spot. She calmed down. I was absolutely floored. That was a real wake-up call for me. Since then, I've been sharing that with other parents, and we've gotten great results, and that's what I'm excited to share with you today. So again, let's say we're doing a 60-minute talk. We're now about 15 minutes into the presentation. You want to spend that first 15 minutes framing the opportunity, talking about their desires, difficulties, and discovery. Okay? Webby is trained to do all of this. It is an AI agent specifically designed to help you do that. Okay? Now, what Webby's going to help us do is come up with what I call a roadmap to results. Now, this is kind of the content section of your presentation. So it's going to ask you, do you have a step-by-step framework you're already using in your program? If not, I can help you create one. So if you don't have something like this, Webby can just help you out and create that. If you do have a proven process, Webby can use that. So let's say Marie does. Let's say she has the calm connection method and she just shares a little bit about her process there. Okay? Then Webby will ask, and this is optional, but if you have any case studies or testimonials you'd like to include. So let's just add a few of those for the sake of this demonstration here. And yes, let's just continue. It's going to confirm that we're good to go. You don't even have to type right, as I said right there. And now what Webby's going to do is start writing out the content for your webinar. So we're now 29 slides in, 30 slides. Webby's going to either create one of these content frameworks for you or use your method. And so what it does is it introduces your method. It talks about what each part of that method is, why it's important, what's involved at a very high level. We don't want to overteach here. Overcome any objections people might have, share some quick stories, and all of those kind of things in one place, confirm value, and all of that kind of stuff. You can always adjust it or have Webby go deeper for you, or you can just have it continue to write for you. Now we're going on to the second part of Marie's framework, and it's going to write out again what that part is, why it's important, what's involved. It's going to overcome an objection, tell a story, confirm value. Those are the kind of things, the type of content we want to be doing in our presentation. Let's just have it continue here. And now it's already writing out, we're 60 plus slides in, And this would be roughly 40 minutes or so in a 1 hour presentation. Okay. Really, really good stuff here. Okay. So right now we've got the content draft written for our presentation. Now what we want to do, let's just continue on here, is we want to do a brief transition. So we've now framed the opportunity. We've shown them the new path forward, which is what we want. We've shown them Marie's method, what it is, why it's so powerful, the impact that it can have. All of the right buttons have been pushed. Now we're going to transition to the offering. In this case, Marie wants to book calls for her coaching business. So we have a brief transition here where I recap all the value that we just shared, confirm that they got value, and then a brief transition statement before we make our offer. Now we can just say, okay, cool. Awesome, Marie. Now, Marie's goal is to not just sell something here, but to book a call to discuss her service. So one of the things we want to do, and what Webby will help you with, is position that call as a valuable next step. Okay, and one of the ways we can do that is by naming the call. So let's just say here, so hey, let's come up with some compelling names. So you don't want to just say book a call. You want to say something like, hey, if you like what you hear, the first step is to book your, and then insert the name here. So the Calm Home Breakthrough Call, the Peaceful Parenting Game Plan Call, the Power Struggle Reset, the No Yell Strategy. Let's just do the number 1 here. Now I can always adjust these. So what I'm going to do is pick the name of the call, and then Webby's going to help me frame that call as a valuable next step for people. If you frame the call effectively, you'll get a lot more people to take you up on that. So we have a 79-slide presentation now designed to help Marie frame the situation, show them the opportunity, teach them an overview of how she gets her clients' results, and then a soft call to action that positions it well to get people to book, to talk to her about her services, okay? Now, once we have everything in place, I can always reprompt it. But now if I just say yes, Webby's going to print out everything for me. It's going to give me the headline, the benefit bullets. It's going to write out the entire 79-slide script for me, literally in seconds here. And then I'll just be able to copy this, paste this onto a doc, add it to a slide deck template that accompanies this, and we're ready to go. Or you can literally just hand this template to a designer, pay a few $100, whatever you choose to do. You can use templates. You can use third-party design tools like Gamma or Typeset, or you can just pay a designer. I have a great designer. Let me know if you need a person in charge on all of those things there. So pretty powerful stuff here. So we have a 79-slide presentation done. Cool thing is Webby will even create some social media posts for you and stuff you can use to promote it. I find that these more direct type posts are really effective if you're on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. It'll write some promotional emails for you. I use a 5-part framework there to do that. And it'll even create some registration page copy. Just use Zoom Meeting. If you're not a techie person, you can get a $10 a month Zoom Meeting account and you're ready to go. So that is my brand new tool. People are loving it. If you'd like to get access to that or more information about that, comment Webby below or click the link in the description to check it out. Let me know if you have any questions about this. I look forward to making another video for you soon. People are loving Webby. I had one guy who joined my program, literally created 3 presentations in a single day. He was blown away by it. Now he's endorsing it all over the place. Best tool on the market when it comes to creating sales and presentations and webinars and scripting it out. Say goodbye to writer's block, all those kind of things. So check it out in the description or comment Webby below. I look forward to seeing you in another video soon.